I remember whenever a day's work meant a day's pay. The money in your pocket was yours, nobody could touch it. Nowadays, you could be a millionaire just by being stupid on the telly. Someone could clear a country's debts just by divorcing Paul McCartney. Money just seems so easy to come by these days.
So I come from Killymuck. It's a very rural place. It's so rural that I used to actually get made fun of by the culchies. There they'd be standing in the corner of a field, talking about winning the lottery or something. You know, boy, I wouldn't buy a Ferrari if I won the lottery. Why is that John Joe Pot make Seamus all wishes? I'll tell you why. Tom. For you can't get a bill of hay into the back of a Ferrari, you see. And then I came along and they called me Bog Boy. This is what they called me. And it really annoyed me because these were two of the most annoying idiots. Oh, no, that's not right. Tom wasn't a bad old skin. John Joe Pat McSheamus Aloysius Nawhand was a dick. He was one of these sorts of hard fellas, walked around like this. Fridge under each arm. He was the type of guy that always wore the T-shirts. You know, those, didn't matter how cold it was, never wore a jacket. In fact, he had a saying, only spuds wear jackets. And another one was, if you don't have a coat, then you can't lose it. And he was the sort of fella that was very public about his private ailments, you know. He really loved telling you what was wrong with him. In fact, it was him who coined the phrase, there are three types of people in this world. Those who have piles, those who are going to get piles, and those who are going to get piles again. Do you know, I think his ma was feeding him gravel along with his spuds because he was the most constipated person I'd ever met. He was constantly constipated. And he used to brag about it in school. You know, excuse me, miss, excuse me, see me, miss, see me. Did you know that a man who suffers from severe constipation suffers nearly the same pain as that of a woman giving birth? Which is clearly nonsense. Because if a man went through nearly the same amount of pain as a woman giving birth as he did having a shit, he'd keep it. Probably give it a name and he'd send it to school and everything. See all these men down in the pub cradling wee turds. Pint in one hand, tin of fly spray in the back pocket. What's a lovely wee skit you have there, boy? Did you weigh much? I should have been £1. What's a heavy lump, heavy lump.
I don't want to massacre you, but I don't know what else to do. You built your wall too close to my house, now it's time to... This part of the world is well known for its horrifying stories and tales of woe, let me tell you. And there's more than a few people willing to pass them on in microscopic detail. Hello there and welcome here to Wonder Willie. Good for ye. Tell us the one about the sculptor, Francie.
Ha! There was this sculptor around here, donkeys years ago now, and in the evening he would return home to his comely wife, And after a good meal, they'd wander upstairs, him clumsily exploring her loyal and dewy fold.
Francie sits here day and night, pondering the life in the land and remembering his tall tales, unless a powerful man can get him up off his stool and go for a wander. You used to spend a fair wee while out in the sea, massacring fish. Isn't that right, Francie?
Fair play to you, Willie. It was a big old boat we had, and we called it the cabbage crit, on account of it being green and made out of cabbage.
And that reminds me of a wee song.
Song.
I, Willie, fair play to ye, a big old boat we had. We called it the apple crate, on account of it being green and made of apples. Now I'm away to meet a woman who once toured the country fiddling with Phil Coulter.
But baby, it's cold outside.
The reception area, the foyer. If the kitchen is the heart of the house, then this would be its knee. As you'll no doubt agree, these high ceilings and original cornices conjure up feelings and thoughts of comfort and quality. Whether your guest be a lover, here for a night of wailing, swearing and gnashing of teeth, or it's a couple of sad movies and a bowl of rum raisin ice cream under a duvet with Big Jackie Fullerton. This reception area really does seem to say, you're very welcome. Take off your shoes and let's get comfy.
Yeah, so they called me Bog Boy, and I resented this. I really resented being called Bog Boy because, you know, I didn't choose to come from there. And I'm pretty sure that my ancestors didn't choose to come from there either. See, I can't really fathom the idea of them coming to this beautiful island and seeing all these streams and meadows and pastures of green and coming up to this big boggy field of nothingness, brown shite, wading through it up to their knees. Jeez, boy, this would be a deadly place to build a house, eh? She might sink, but she then would have a basement.
For Pete's sake!
You gonna let him get away with that, numbnuts?
Sorry, Mr.
Balls Ferry.
Mr. Ball's Ferry. No, it's okay. There are spaces over there.
It's okay. Balls to that. When someone steals your parking space, they take away a bit of your manhood.
I suppose it was a bit rude.
You bet your sweet balls it was rude. Now go over there and tell him what you think of him. Grow some balls, son.
Could do, I suppose.
He's probably away laughing at you right now, you and your small balls.
Really?
Yeah, you and your 75-year-old lady cure. He's probably got great big balls, and he's laughing away at you, you and your teeny weeny baby field mouse nostril-sized balls.
Right. That's it!
Yeah, go for it, lad.
Listen here, Mr. Fancy Car. You don't own the road, you know. What's wrong with you? Didn't your parents love you? Can't flip and blame them. You ugly, irresponsible, baldy, selfish ass. Oh. Excuse me, sir. 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 Oh, sorry. Oh.